The following is a presentation of TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the May 14th, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is truly what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call Use Wisely, Your Power of Choice. You know, of all the powers we possess, our greatest power is the power of choice. Right now, right this very second, each of us are the sum total of all of our choices. The power of choice is what gives us our ability to create whoever it is we are, whoever it is we want to become. Every choice we make, every choice, folks, it forms a building block. Every act, every word, every decision plays a role in who we are. We are free to choose whether it be the food we eat. How about the exercise routine that maybe you use today? Well, that certainly would form the type of body that each of us have, whether it be the clothes we wear, the peer groups we participate in, and there's none better than the Tiger's Den, folks. Maybe the books we read. Every choice we make forms who we are. Question: what choices are you going to make today? What choices are you going to make? What choices have you already made today? Are those choices providing you with the outcome that you're after? If not, make another choice, because we are the master of our own destiny, and therefore we must choose wisely. For the next couple of hours, it's going to be my honor to be responsible for your care, guidance, and protection, because, folks, that is my choice. Let's go check out the choices here in the markets right now. Futures are absolutely flat. I mean absolutely flat. The Dow futures is totally flat. It's traded at 15,057. A little bit of a sea of red over in Asia last night. Kind of interesting. Nothing huge. I mean, you had the Shanghai off 1%, 1.11% off 26 points. The Hang Seng off a quarter of a point, down 59 points. And the Nikkei taking a little bit of a breather, off 23 points. Over in Europe right now, the FTSE is up 11. The DAX is up 14 points, so no big shakes there. You've got gold actually pulling back a bit here this morning. It's off $10, trading at $14.24. Hi-ho silver off 1.25%, or 1.75%, down 42 cents right now, trading at $23.28. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call. Would absolutely love to hear from you. We can take a look at your stock, anything else that you'd like. Let's start off by taking a look at the 30-minute chart. Let's go take a look at the EKG of the market. Let's start off with the NQ NASDAQ futures out here. Let's go hunting for bulls and bears. Let's go see where it is that they're hanging out. Well, if you take a look up here at the highs. If you are watching us on TigerTV, thanks so much for doing that. Maybe you're listening in on your radio or your mobile device at TFNN.mobi. We absolutely appreciate that. Remember, this show will stream live to your smartphone, your pad. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Over on the right-hand side, you will see that button with the 3 smartphones. Click on that. The show streams live, and you can always catch the replay, the archive, on Channel 9. Now what we're taking a look at is back at about 12:30 in the afternoon yesterday, you had the NASDAQ futures trade up to a high of 29.8750, and then the bears started to show up. We had a little bearish engulfing candle. That took place right there at that 1 o'clock session. Since then, we saw here the futures get back up there at about 9:30 last night, just as there were 2 great hockey games on. I mean, 2 great hockey games, and congratulations to all you Boston Bruins fans. I do feel sorry for the Toronto team. They had the game clinched, or so it seemed, with about 8 minutes to go, and then it was all about Boston strong. They absolutely turned on the afterburners, came back, won it in overtime. Nothing like a Game 7, and then nothing like a Game 7 in overtime out there. So that was great. So at about that time, you also had the NASDAQ futures getting up and testing those highs again. Each time the NASDAQ futures getting up into that 29.86 level. The bears coming out for work. Looked like the bears were out working late. Even most recently here, if we take a look at yesterday morning as we were coming on the air, we saw the NASDAQ futures, which had broken this rising price channel. It broke that rising price channel at about 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday on May the 13th. And then, as so often happens, when you break any kind of horizontal, diagonal, vertical, whatever, well, not vertical, but you know what I mean, any kind of resistance or support, a market is usually going to go back, and I mean usually, I mean a high probability time is going to go back and test it and see if it was a real breakout. In this case here, inside the NASDAQ futures, as we came onto the air at 9 o'clock, it was not a real breakout. Price got back up into that area. It tested it here up until about the 10 o'clock session, 10:30. It absolutely just rejected that area, traded back inside the rising price channel, and then went ahead and proceeded to make a little bit of an expansion, more than 100% move, which was the high at 2 p.m. on May the 9th. Now what do we have here? Well, coming into the 4 a.m. session, a little wide-ranging bar, some conviction. The bears up early here, defending their territory. So you saw a move down inside the NASDAQ futures, back outside of that rising price channel. That is something to be paying attention to. Then what do we have? We have coming down here, we got a couple of hammer candles actually that formed, or at least two hammer candles here forming, one at 5:30. You can see that little hammer candle if we just draw the line across the screen right out here. Let me do that. We can see that hammer candle was tested, as was the hammer candle that took place at 6 in the morning. That was tested here right as we were coming into the 7 a.m. session. And then we have some bullish candles really just form here for a couple of trading sessions until 8. And then it was the shooting stars out there, just like they had the shooting Boston Bruins, turned into be stars last night. You got a shooting star. That is the opposite of the hammer candle. That's going to come when the market is trending higher, and that's what we had take place here at 8:30 in the morning. So what we now have is we have the bears that are camping out. They're absolutely camping out up in these areas here, right around the 29.85. But it is more important right now to note that as we speak, the bears are truly defending that rising price channel. How is it that they know? How is it that price is aware of these channels out here? How is it that that happens? Doesn't matter how it is. What we just need to know is that it is out there. And so a key area that's going to be defended here this morning is going to be that 29.8475, maybe slightly above it. That's that shooting star candle that took place at 8:30 in the morning. If price doesn't get back inside that rising price channel, one might want to say, something to think about. Maybe even more than just something to think about. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. Let's take a look at that 30-minute chart as well. Let's see if this tells us any kind of picture out here. Again, this is the ES Mini. This is a 30-minute futures contract for the S&P. Let's go see if we can find any bears out here. Now, as we go ahead and we pull this back, you can see, unlike the NASDAQ futures, the ES Mini has no problem in just simply traveling with inside this price channel. So it has not pierced that price channel. And it has not also pierced that 200-day exponential moving average right now, 200 period, I should say, because on the 30-minute chart, it's not going to be a daily. It's just going to be the last 200 bars. That last 200 bars, that would be about the 1625 level. That has not been pierced out here. We did see some hammers in the, if we blow this up as well, the same time that we had the NASDAQ futures forming a hammer candle. So was it with the ES Mini 530. That low, 1627 out there. We see a break below, a close below, not a break below, but a close below 1627. And that 200-day exponential moving average, that will be the tested area of support. And if that area fails, well, the final area of support for the bulls will be that rising price channel. Can't tell you exactly where that is because it's going to be dependent upon time, but probably right in about the 1621-ish level. That would also be a test of horizontal support that was established back, let's say, around the 2:30 time frame on May the 9th. So right around that 1620 level, and that's if that hammer is broken out there. So that is the EKG of the ES Mini on the 30-minute chart. If we go over and we take a look at the daily charts for both of these, let's do that. Let's see what kind of picture we've got out here. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ futures. So here we've got the daily NQ. What we know this has created, what this has formed is a 1.272 butterfly. That price projection right around the 29 29.75 level. It's trading at 29.81. That's not enough to pierce the pattern here and say the pattern is void, and that the NQ will head to the 1.618 butterfly, and that is absolutely a possibility. What's that number? I'm glad you asked me that, because that number would be 3106 out here. What we can't see is the NQ on the daily chart clearly has gotten into that overbought condition. Last time we saw it at those levels, as you know, was right back here, right at the September 21st highs out there. That should make us say, something to think about, because we took a look at the daily chart, the intraday chart, the real EKG chart, the 30-minute chart, and what we saw taking place there was we saw a break of that rising price channel. So it's going to be all important for us to be taking a look at the NQ all day long. What we have seen right now is just nothing, just no real body whatsoever. The flat market, like we said at the opening. Let's go take a look here real quickly. You know, instead of the ES Mini, which is bumping up against its overhead resistance of that rising price channel on the daily chart, let's go take a look at the Dow out here. The Dow, the last 4 days, take a look at those small-bodied candles. Is it recharging to make a move higher? Or is it just simply lost its energy? 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll you'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, and let's go check in on the daily chart for the ES Mini out here, the S&P futures. You know, I would say if you do follow this, that what you should do is take a line and just simply draw it coming off of the most recent low out here, the most recent low swing point down around the bottom of that rising price channel. That would be your April 18th low. That price is 15.30.75. I would use as my next really two touch points the low of May 1st. We had that that downdraft. That was the last time that we saw any bears show up inside the marketplace, and use the bottom of that 15.76. It's kind of like an ultra rising trend line, and you're going to want to pay attention to see if that area is broken. If that area gets broken, that'll be sending out a sign as well. At least I believe it'll be showing a short-term change in trend. As we take a look at the ES Mini, what we can see is this just simply dancing along the top here of that rising price channel inside that overbought territory. A number of small-bodied candles out there. Those small-bodied candles absolutely saying that the market here is getting tired, and it's getting tired at normal resistance levels out here inside the market. So pay attention to that as well. If we check in here at the with the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000, which has been the weak link, I believe that this is going to be what may just finally complete its pattern out here. And its pattern, what I mean by that, as we take a look at the daily chart of the Russell 2000, it's got a nice 1.618 butterfly pattern that it would like to create. And that move would be up to 986.50. That's going to be about another 10 to 11, 12 points out there. So be paying attention to the Russell 2000 should, in fact, it move things up. The Russell 2000 has been a laggard. Maybe it's just simply going to play a little catch-up game here, make its way up to 986, and that might be the final pattern that needs to complete inside the market, because we have seen inside the NQ, it's completed its pattern out here. The S&P 500 could certainly move up to about the 1645, 1650 level. That would be about 20 points above where it actually closed yesterday. And as I say, right now, as we take a look at these daily charts out here, no real bears, no bears whatsoever hanging out here, at least giving us any kind of signals inside the marketplace. If we go take a look at, let's see, there's some things here popping and dropping in the market. Popping is Tesla, which is like SpaceX, I think is the name of the space company that they've got out there. If we go back and we take a look at Tesla, it had another strong day yesterday. TSLA is the ticker symbol, but perhaps like Fiskar out there, which I believe you can buy those cars at about half off, half the price that they were selling for just a few months ago. It's possible that we'll see Tesla batteries also perhaps drain low. But right now, it closed at 87.80 in the pre-market. Let's see here. Last trade just firing off at $90 and a penny. It has had quite a bit of volume inside this equity. Even yesterday, another 22 million shares to the upside. Support on this thing is a ways down now, $63.69. That is the bottom of the May 3rd gap up area out here. So Tesla truly off to the moon. And you want to talk about in the extreme overbought territory. This one is it. So is this it'll be interesting to watch this because, you talk about a rapid move up. This has it all. So it's going to need some real energy, some real battery charging in order to be able to stay up at these levels out here. Also moving in the pre-markets here, we've got Western Gas. Western Gas is running out of gas. So we were talking about energy. Let's go take a look at it. The ticker symbol here is WES. Oops, I got to actually punch it in. I think that would help me. WES is the ticker symbol. And if we take a look at Western Gas, it closed yesterday at 63 1/4. It's going to open down about $3 here. Let's go see what this has. Let's see if they reported some numbers. I'm going to assume that they did. Western Gas Partners public offering of 610 million units. Okay, so they've got another offering out here. That's what's driving the price lower inside Western Gas. Of course, Western Gas has got a real big high-volume low back on November 15th, 2012, out at the $46 mark out there. So that's what's moving Western Gas. We don't need to spend much time there. Let's go peek in real quickly here at gold. Before we go to break, gold pulling back a bit this morning. Nothing really substantial other than the fact that it is trading outside this little consolidation box that it has been in really since the April 25th time frame. And that's next move. Once that consolidation box truly gets broken, is $50 either to the downside or to the upside. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit. And on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited to launch our brand new software charting program, The Art of the Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind software, Art of the Charts allows you to scan for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, butterflies, ABCs, and much more. Art of the Charts is designed to help you when scouring the market for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, and even months searching to find. As part of our introductory pricing, we're offering licenses available at only $59 per month. We're so confident that you'll love this new outstanding piece of charting software that we'll even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Lock in your low price today by ordering your copy at TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. We got the Dow up 15 points, trade out at 15,107. S&P up 3.5 at 1637. Composite up 6, trading at 34.45. Russell 2000, the leader in the clubhouse, up 2 points, trading at 975.90. We've got Google up $2, Apple down 39 ticks. Microsoft up 2 pennies. Leading the charge, the upside, is Tesla Motors. It gapped up this morning. It's up about 6%, $5.25. Netflix right behind it, up 2.5%, up $5.48 right now. Stratasys, the 3D, one of the 3D companies out there, up $4 and change. I believe X1 is out with earnings after the bell this evening. That is the newest IPO. That stock chart looks better than better than Stratasys, I believe, and/or 3D Systems out here. SodaStream up 7% here this morning, up $4 and change. I think we took a look at SodaStream a couple days ago. We'll go take a look at that stock chart as well today. Sony Corp up 14% right now. Bib Biogen, that is up again, up another $4. Monster Beverage having a decent morning, up $1.23. Goldman Sachs up $1.52. 3D Systems joining in on the party, up $1.55. Celgene, CELG up $1.24. That's to the upside. To the downside, Suburban Propane down 5% this morning. SPH is their ticker symbol. Looks like they need a little bit of SPH. The sun is burning it up a bit, off 5%, down $2.53. Toyota Motor off $1.56. That's down just about 1%. Baidu off 2% this morning, $2 and change. Solar City off $1. Cree, CREE off about, jumped here off $1.68. Alexandria Real Estate off 1%. Let's see, biggest percentage mover to the downside would be Bankrate Inc., RATE, they're off 4%, and Mosys, M-O-S-Y-S, Mosys is off 11.5%. MOSY is their ticker symbol out here. Our call number is 877-927-6648. Let's go check in on some of these other stocks out here. Let's take a look at SodaStream, SODA. Any of you own a SodaStream out there? Let's go take a look at it. It's been on a move coming off of that bottom, but I believe that is running into a resistance area. So let's go take a look at this thing. And this thing really fell off the planet with huge volume to the downside here on August the 11th. It had 17 million shares to the downside. That is what it is testing here this morning. Let's go draw the line across it. It was a big gap down. It has made its way all the way back out there. 6207 is the actual number. Let's go ahead. We'll put a black line on that one across the screen. So it is close to getting up there and testing it so far intraday. 61.83 is the high out here. We have not seen a ton of volume on the move up here. Certainly not in comparison to the move down that we saw. Last time we have volume here is down at the lows on May the 8th, which is a price area of $49.70 to $53.88. So SodaStream, let me see what is behind the news here on SodaStream. SODA is the ticker symbol. I don't see any news behind it, but this one could be a fizz or plop fizz. Oh, what a relief it was as it gets up into what we're going to call is some very, very strong resistance out here. That is on SodaStream. As we go take a look here at some other stocks here, popping and dropping, we got Baidu in the lead to the downside. So let's go take a look at Baidu. Its ticker symbol BIDU out here. It's a race between Baidu and Suburban Propane. So we'll go take a look at both of them. But let's start off by taking a look at Baidu. BIDU again is the ticker symbol. It formed a little bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Let's go see what this is doing out here. Baidu has a confirmed A to B equals CD down all the way to $80.39. It has not been able to get down to that level, but we do have a confirmed. What I mean by confirmed, the B point was crossed with volume out here. Right now, what Baidu did yesterday was it got up to the last area where it had a gap down, that being February 5th, 2013, 17 million shares as it approached that area. That's what the downdraft was. And yesterday's high, Friday's high out here, that it was able to get to 95.56 and 95.50, both of those with 4 million shares out there. So the bears back in force inside Baidu yesterday, forming that bearish engulfing. They will try to once again crack the lows out here, the lows being in the 82.98 range, in order to go ahead and complete at least its 1-to-1 level, which would be down around $80.38, and it is not anywhere near oversold, so it has room to run. Let's go take a look at the other equity here that is giving it a to the downside. SPH is the ticker symbol out here. So let's go see what Suburban Propane is doing. Gapping down this morning with volume. My goodness, let's go see what the heck is behind this move here. Let's see. Suburban Propane announces, did I cover that? A public offering? No, maybe not. So they're out there. They're out there pushing paper, and so that's what we see here in the marketplace. Let's pull this back, see if they were at highs. What a time to push paper is when you're at or near highs out here. They are not, but I don't know what's behind this big downdraft day back here on, or a high volume day on August 9th with 5 million shares out there. Now, it was tested, so that, what this did do is at least it tested the low back on the trading session of December 13th with much lighter volume. It rejected that area, so it is a test of that high volume bar out there. That is on Suburban Propane. So we got Suburban Propane pushing paper, Western Gas also pushing paper out here. Let's go take a look at Copa Holdings. CPA is the ticker symbol, not to be confused with cut, paste, and assemble. But let's go see what they have been able to assemble out here. A nice move higher, 8%. CPA is the ticker symbol. I like CPA out there. And so this has gapped up higher here. Let's go see what it is trading into. Again, this is Copa Holdings. Let's go see what they've actually reported. Revenues of $641 million versus $543 from the prior year. Net income $113 million versus $95. Gaps up this morning. Been trading off ever since. It got up to a high of $138.99. Missed that Basil Chapman round number high of $139. By 1 penny out there. It has been trading off here. This does have a high volume low that has not been tested, and that is our high volume gap down area, I should say, and that is February 7th, 1.8 million shares. That price range 106.89 the high to 97.66 as the low out here. This was pushing down yesterday with some volume. Yesterday was 533,000 shares, but to give you an idea, already in the first 12 minutes of trading, 141,000 shares. So we'll see if it can hold above this swing point. That's really what it's trying to do here right now. It wants to stay above May 8th. If you were in this equity, you want to see it stay above May 8th. That is a round number high, $135, even Steven out there, and that is on CPA, Cut, Paste, and Assemble, otherwise known as Copa Holdings out here. As we pull this back, that is at all-time highs as well. Let's go see what else do we have here moving in really kind of, you got the Dow's up 26 points, but pretty much a kind of a light day out here in the marketplace. Not a lot of big movers to the upside, and a lot of your normal names here, like Tesla Motors, like Netflix, like Stratasys out here, like Google, trying to find like Biogen, trying to find something else out here. Let's go take a look at Sony. We haven't taken a look at this little rocket ship in a while. SNE is the ticker symbol, and they're out in the news pretty big time here this morning. So you've got Sony out there, and the discussion now being put forth by an activist investor out there trying to go ahead and break up Sony. It's going to be interesting to see what the old guard does in Tokyo, in Japan. I guess I need to actually put the right ticker symbol out here. SNE is the ticker symbol, so it should be an interesting fight out here. Look at that nice little move. Let me refresh my screen out here. Sony trading at 21.18, a nice big gap up with some volume today. So this thing really off of its lows of 9.57, more than a double, going all the way back to December 5th of 2012 out here. If we take a look at Sony, let's go put this on a weekly chart. It might be easier for us just simply to take a look at what it is doing. It's coming all the way back up here to an area, I would say right here, it's got this high volume weekly candle session, which is right in a resistance area. So it's going to try to take this horizontal resistance out. Let's make this let's not make it a blue line. Let's make it a black line. I just got to hit the right key. So we can see that is where it's headed to. And that was the session the week of August 12, 2011. There were 14 million shares there. More importantly, that high of 2282-ish, because we could see if we move that down just a tad, that has acted as resistance. So we're taking a look at a truly 100% move of a move. That is the March 2nd, 2012 level of 22.35. Right now it is trading at 21.24, and that is on Sony. Boy, you'd love to be able to get in on some type of pullback here inside this equity. Where could that pullback take place? Well, if we just simply come off of the lows out here up to the high so far that's been put in, the dead cat bounce takes you back to the beginning of this week, 18.812, pretty close to around 17.39, I should say, a little bit lower than the open of this week. And Sweet 618, that would be the mark, 14.41. That would be on Sony. SNE is the ticker symbol there. So let's see what else we got. Let's go take a look at Toyota Motor Company, TM. Since we've got these auto companies in the news out here, that being Tesla Motors, and now let's take a look at Toyota. If you take a look at Toyota now, as you're watching this on Tiger TV, do not pay attention to any of those gaps out here because the underlying instrument obviously is Toyota Motor on the Nikkei. And so all these gaps, currency issues, and so forth. So let's also go back and take a look at a longer-term, a weekly chart of Toyota Motor. You can see this has been a little rocket ship here. This is completing a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD. That price projection, 125.61. It has already intraday gotten up to 124.85 out there, so very close to completing that. Unlike Sony, though, this is getting very close to its highs back in 2007. So expect that to really be the destination here for Toyota Motor, and at least the low of March 2nd, 2007, 127.77. That should be the target for where it is headed to. Let's see what else we got here. Well, let's go take a look at some of the other. Let's take a look at some currencies. Let's take a look at Goldilocks, silver, light sweet crude, bonds, things like that. Let's go start off by taking a look at the currency pairs, see what it is that we have out here. Let's start off with the Queen. Let's take a look at the Queen, see what she has done. You know, we've been taking a look at this 30-minute chart here for the last couple of trading sessions. We saw it basically formed a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD down. That was set up by the Gartley cell pattern that came in and formed and completed on the 11:30 session on May the 8th out here. Now, in the move up last night, coming into 5:30 this morning, I should say, you're taking a look at, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, you're looking at 4 exponential moving averages on my screen out here. The 200-day being the green one, being the top line that seems to now have held the euro in place during any kind of bounce out here. So that looks to be an area of resistance right now. That 200 exponential moving average 200 period on a 30-minute chart is the price level of 1.3023. So right now that would be an area of resistance. And if you were an intraday trader of the euro, that would be a place where you would want to take a look at perhaps taking a short position inside the queen out there. Right now, neither overbought nor oversold, so I would say it's really a toss of a coin as to which way this wants to move. That's on the queen, on the euro. Let's go take a look at the Great British Pound out here. The Great British Pound looks like it is now failing at its .786 Gartley buy pattern. Now, that Gartley buy pattern setting up at about 1 p.m. Yesterday, out at the price level of 1.528. We saw a little bit of a bounce, not anywhere near as strong. In fact, the blue line here is the 50-day exponential moving average. That is what is now holding as a resistance level inside the pound. Now what that sets up here is that the pound wants to actually go ahead and come all the way back and make a 100% move all the way down to the swing point on April 23rd at about 5:30 in the morning, right around the 1.5213 level. That is on the Great British Pound. We are seeing that it is in oversold territory here on the intraday chart, on the 30-minute chart. Actually, a nice little bullish candle here would suggest that this thing would at least want to bounce up into that 50-day level, which happens to be 1.530 right now. That is on the Great British Pound. Let's go see what else we've got here currency-wise. We've got the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. Really no back off here. The 1 to 1.2728 to be equals CD on this takes you up in about 102.18. If we actually go take a look at the monthly chart up here of the yen, it actually also wants some higher price. It wants to get up to 103 before it runs into its descending trend line resistance area. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 31 points. S&P's up 5. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's up 38 points right now. S&P is up 6, and the Bulls are taking it to the Bears in the streets as we take a look at the NQ, the 30-minute chart here. You can see the NQ, which we have got 6 minutes left in this trading session. It has made its way back into that rising price channel, and right now taking on the horizontal resistance level from 12.30 yesterday, 29.8750. The Bears were defending that position yesterday. We'll see if they're going to punch in for work, or maybe they were out at the hockey game. They might have been out in Boston out there celebrating, and after that victory, they may have had just a tad too much to drink. Let's go to Nashua, to Lou. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning?
Hey, fine. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for asking. You wanted to look at natural gas? Tell me what you're doing, how I can help you.
Right. Well, I'm not doing anything yet. Just waiting for it to go down further.
Okay. Are you looking to buy it or sell it?
Buy it.
Buy it. Okay. So as we take a look at the June contract here on natural gas, it's the daily contract. And if you're looking to buy it, one of the things that you want to see it do, for the last 5 trading sessions, it's been traveling with inside the body of the candle from May 7th. That open is $4 even, and the close is $3.91. We'll call it $3.92. And even right now, as we speak, it's trying to take out that body. If you see it close above that, that would be the first bullish sign that you would have seen inside this. And what you really want to see, there was some high volume on May the 3rd out there, 245,000 contracts. So let's say that you get in because it actually closes above the May 7th body. I know you would like to buy it lower, and you most certainly can do that. What concerns me at this stage is I would also say a close below that body of $3.92. And we saw one slight close below that on May the 10th out there at $3.90. So let's call it a close below that. This would actually set up a possible move to lower price because all that it's done so far right now is just a little bit. You see how if we take a look at the swing point here, Lou, coming back to February 19th, that low at $3.32. it's already below that 0.382 level. So it's possible that where this actually wants to move down to is around 375, maybe even 356. But a close back above the bar from May 7th, and it, in fact, may want to go ahead and at least do a retracement up to the highs out here. And that retracement, this 0.618 level would take it to 4.23. Is it the contract, or would it be the UNG ETF that you would actually be trading?
The contract, actually.
The contract. Okay, the contract. So I think that's really your parameters. You're really watching. You're keeping your eyes on the body of that May 7th candle, where price has just simply been consolidating here for the last 5 trading sessions. And the more that it consolidates along there, a consolidation will usually resolve itself in the direction that it came from. In this case here in natural gas, if it resolves itself to the downside, then I think what you're really looking at is probably the 375 to 356 area, and that would be the next place where I would look at taking a position. All righty?
Okay, sounds great, Steve.
All righty. Hey, thanks so much for calling. Absolutely. And right now, folks, the Dow is up 40 points. S&P is up 7. As we go back and we take a look at the daily pulse of the markets by looking at the EKG, those 30-minute charts out here, we can see that the bulls firmly in control, at least getting back inside the rising price channel. Inside the ES as well, they are taking out the highs here from 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Folks, have a great Tuesday. I will look forward to seeing you in a few or seeing you tomorrow morning. Take care, folks.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.